chill spa vibes going on. Pretty freaking awesome. I'm gonna keep my voice down and some people around. Bror Fredrik is live, no way. Come on. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it's got the chill spa vibes. Let me do some hellos. We need to get real on what's going on out there. This is absolutely freaking true. Alright, like I said, I'm going to keep my voice down until I move. Maria Ann kicking off parking coverage activities. Thank you very much. Glad you're on. I'm glad I'm on too, and I'm glad you're here. PZ, Valerie, Jim Wolf. Your day was, Marianne, your day was upside down and back. The whole freaking world's upside down and backwards right now. It's crazy. Alright, who else is here? What am I? Let's see, Charles says, new to the live. What is this live about and what does he cover? Just about everything. Normally done with Vegas as my backdrop. Sometimes we chat, we chill, we do all the stuff. Talk about what's going on locally, talk about what's going on worldwide. I tend to hold no boundaries. You'll figure that out soon enough. Janice Venus. Keep them coming. Did I say Val Marie? You get the twofer. Tom Lars, what's happening? Mary Leathers, Sylvia, Sony, Bird, Nancy Smith. Keep them coming. Captain Lope. Peace to you too. Alright, we're getting some people on. Gary, good to see you tonight too. BSKY. Aloha. To Liz Costa. You like those? Like that vibe right there? Look at that. Let's do this. Shout out Anthony. Look at the vibes. Can you hear the music in the background? They make these phony candles so realistic now. The LED things. Alright. I got coffee. I'm gonna go get something to munch on actually. Isn't that a nice shot? Let me take the coffee out. Look at that. It's so real. It's got all the feels. TJ Ramirez. Yeah, it is a somber day in Vegas. There's a lot of stuff going on. As usual, I'm not going to cover the obvious situation. We talked about that enough on Wednesday. Well, we didn't talk about that on Wednesday. All right, I'm going to go get some munchies real quick. So hang out, and then we'll get back at it. And anyone out there know where we are yet? Like I said, I'm keeping my voice down because I don't want to disturb the people around me. Alright, put in some guesses where we are. You'll see in a minute. Alright, I'm back. I'm gonna look not at Red Rock, not at Red Rock. Alright, this should tell you where we are. Hold on. Bam. Alright, let's get all set up here. Let's get the spa vibe going. Alright, now where are we? Yeah. Aria. Nailed it. At Aria. BK, what's happening? Not Durango. Yep, Aria. Yeah, all right, you guys know your casinos. 94 shorts. We get any commercials yet? Let me refire up the chat. 94 people, that is a good start. We're gonna walk around in a bit. But I can't, yeah, cheese is good. Excuse me. Figured I'd come down here, do a little chat and chill activities. Yes, I wash my hands. Got the Swiss. Where's it focusing? Why does it want to focus on the cheese? Alright. I'm just gonna munch. You guys can hang out. Nah. We know that was Swiss. Do not have a clue. Oh, now we're getting the focus. Do not have a clue what this is. Nope, not a convention. This is a lounge at the Sky Limit. So I got to hang out, eat, chill, say hello to people I know. It's freaking awesome. So how's everyone's day been going? Supposedly, some type of march, I'll call it a march, took place in Vegas. I don't know if it's still going on. But they always change their tune here in Las Vegas. They're always more in the, like they were waving an American flag instead of someone else's. You know, cops was everywhere. It rarely gets out of control here, but it might get out of control here because Vegas, you know, 47 did declare Vegas a sanctuary city. So that means he's showing up. It's just a matter of when. Oh, this got hit with the first commercial. Damn. You guys want to watch me eat? Alright, I'm going to fire everything back up. All messages. Oh, that's provolone. Yeah, it is provolone. That's good stuff. Tell you what. You're doing the work and the yard work. Yeah, I did a bunch of shit today. I mean, I was on the phone most of the day, but I got to polish my countertops. You gotta maintain their countertops, you know. Got to do that today. Got out some 600 grit sandpaper, some mineral oil, then went to 1200, then went to 2000 grit, which is basically my hands are more than 2000 grit, but they're all shiny and beautiful again. It'll last about a year or so. Just people, man. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Alright, I'm gonna munch one of these. I'm gonna turn the camera on. Let's see what's on deck here. We got some tomato, we got some processed cow, and some kind of cheese activities. Alright. Tomato good. I don't know what this cheese I think is like a, come on, focus. I think it's a Gruyere. Hold on, I'll answer you in a second, Tom. Yeah, that's how you take care of it. You're not technically you're not supposed to have to take care of your countertops. You know, your quartz countertops like that. But over time, you know, they do fade. You know, they do get dull. I don't like when they're dull. And mine were like really dull. And what people don't understand either is it's not it's man-made, so you can't put hot shit on it like you can granite and stuff like that. And I had a ever so slight discoloration where I put something hot on it. Ugh. And that came right out. So it's pretty simple. Like I said, mineral oil, you start with 600. I mean, if it's real bad, you got to start with like 220, but you know, you got to be careful you don't scratch the crap out of it. You know, for the most part, you can use an orbital sander, but to me, I think that's too aggressive. I just get in there and I work it in a circular motion, and as I get closer towards the like 2000 grit, which is like next to nothing, I just go back and forth, you know, long strokes, because one of the sides of my countertops, like, I don't know, it's like 11 feet or something like that, so I just go in a long stroke, back, forth. Yeah, it's pretty simple. They charge like $300 or $400 to do that. No thank you. That's That's why I'm keeping my voice down. There's people around me. It's such a chilled out spot. So I went and said hello to some people. I haven't been here in like quite a while. But I figured I'd come get some munchies, say hello to you guys. We are going to walk around a little bit. We're at the oil. Yeah, definitely the oil. The oil is serving for the long today. The oil. I remember, the oil. When it was the San Remo, they had the best prime rib buffet ever. It was like $9 or $10, all you can eat. And just sat there and ate prime rib for like 3 hours. It was awesome. Never won a damn thing in that place, but Tom Hill, what's going on? Yeah, I don't know whether they didn't have any prosciutto. They had what else they have? They had like raisins and things to like. You're supposed to like sweeten, I don't know, whatever, sweet and savory. But I don't like touching raisins. I don't know who touched them. And they're freaking dust magnets and they're out in public. Not that this isn't, but. Alright. I take care of Carrot Top. You do? Kind of tops. Damn. Yeah, I can eat any type of cheese. There's no kind of cheese that grosses me out. I think, why do women, ladies, tell me, why is like goat cheese and those type of cheeses like so nasty? Like blue cheese, goat cheese, like the really harsh cheeses. Why do women like not into it? I never had a good answer for that. It's just a guy thing. Alright, I'm gonna eat another one. I'm gonna watch it, chat. Shit. First commercial. It's for a custom-shaped butt pad for your seat. No, thank you. You like cutting the cheese? All right. Well, you know, don't. This isn't your personal playground, so don't. I like cutting the cheese. I get it. Ha ha ha. It's so funny. When I was in freaking 3rd grade. Blue cheese is the best. I like sharp. Like when I get cheddar, it's gotta be like extra sharp. However, one of my new favorite cheeses, which is new to Smith's, is they have orange rind Munster. In the prepackaged or whatever. It's freaking good. It's really soft. Haverty with dill. You know what's good too? Boar's Head. What do you call it? It's horseradish. It's horseradish mixed with Munster cheese. That shit is good. Feta cheese is delicious too. All cheese is good. I never met a cheese I didn't like. Am I the only one? Marie Bella. Oh, sorry. I don't want to talk to you with my mouth full. Kyle, what's going on? But I'm going to do it anyway. Karen W. All right. Hold on. You can look at candles and shit. Am I the only one who got an email from Walmart today about the recall of Zicam? Prosciutto and honeydew with some salt on it. Yeah, Boar's Head is the best. I had a friend of mine back in the day who had a Boar's Head route and whatever. He made lit cash. I mean, we're talking like in the 90s, and he was clearing like 150, 200, driving around, dropping off Boar's Head and shit. He had to have a route. Chanel for show. All right. Did anyone else get that email from Walmart? I got an email from Walmart. Check this out. And I'm saying this because it's impotent. Alright, hold on. Let me get over there. Let me find this out here. I'll read it to you. It's kind of messed up in the grand scheme of things. Oh, here we go. Walmart. It says recall notification. Hi, Bror Fredrik. The company, blah, 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 is voluntarily recalling all lots of Zicam cold remedy nasal swabs, Zicam nasal all clear swabs, and Oragel baby teething swabs to the consumer level. These products are being recalled due to the potential for microbiotic contamination identified as fungus in the cotton swab components. Cotton swabs are found to contain microbial contamination and can potentially present a significant health risk and safety to consumers, including serious and life-threatening blood infections in users whose nasal mucosa may be compromised due to inflammation or mechanical injuries. Okay. To date, no serious adversities have been reported. Children and individuals with compromised immune systems or other underlying medical conditions are at serious risk. Any consumers whose purchase is crap can go to their website or call their consumer relations number for a full refund, yada, yada, yada. This came from Walmart because they keep track of everything you buy, you know? That's crazy. I mean, oddly enough, I used to use that all the time, like on a daily basis. I just used to be like a preventative. I do a lot of stuff as preventative, not because I'm sick or whatever, you know, like the Mectin and things like that. But yeah, that's bad, you know, sticking swabs up your nose and end up dying and whatnot. Yikes. So if you have any of that stuff, go to their website and get I mean, it's not cheap either. I mean, not that you're gonna go out of your way for $10. Just toss the shit in the garbage. I mean, I get it. So they're probably gonna do away with swabs as a whole. I think I'm gonna move over a second. That way I'm not so close to this guy just moved. Be right back. We're gonna move. That's better. Now I got room to talk a little bit. Well, not that I'm gonna be loud or whatever. You're number 12. Yikes. Slack. And those are rookie numbers. How's that go? Those are rookie numbers? Get those numbers up. Let me adjust the camera. There we go. Well, that's better. Better light too. My eyes almost look blue. I think I need some nasal swabs. There is something else we gotta talk about. Oil has been used for baby teething. I use it on, yeah, I mean, I never had any problem with this stuff, but evidently someone did some testing and they were just like, this is not cool. Tom, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, parking activities, I do appreciate that. Thank you very much, Tom. All right, there was one other thing I needed to talk about, but first, you're number 11, who's number 1? Ever had Limburger cheese? Not sure you can buy it anymore. Yeah, I don't think you can buy Limburger cheese. My grandfather used to scarf that down like it was going out of style. But, man, I remember that. He also used to eat pickle and potato chip sandwiches. Nothing else on it. Just pickles and potato chips, like dill pickles, like garlicky dill pickles and potato chips. And they used to like do it with 3 slices of spread that way to isolate them from getting soggy. I was like, all right, makes sense. All good. Before I talk about the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is current events, kind of. First, I'm going to invite everyone to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button to get notified when I do this again, which is at least 3 times a week. And if you want to support the channel, super chat while I'm live, keeps the grease rolling, pays for coffee. Well, no, we'll pay for a coffee later, but this one I got for free. They have the cool machines over there that make, you know, you press the buttons and you do all the things. Pretty Ricky, how you doing? And I do appreciate the Venmo and the Cash Apps and all that other good stuff, and clicking on all the links down there, and it goes to parking. You know, it's parking's like $30. And all the tips, because even though, you know, I'm you know, scarfing food, I did tip the guy. I mean, there is someone standing there. We're at Aria Sky Suite Lounge. Michelle, shout out Wisconsin. All right, you ready? Here we go. That's me again. What up? Alright. Yeah, this is a Sky Suite Lounge, not the normal lounge. I'll say, what the heck is this? This table is peeling. Alright, I'm hungry. Bird up. Paramount. What is Paramount? Ooh, that was a spicy one. That was weird. That was a spicy salami. That was a good one though. What does Paramount stand for? I'm curious. Let's see. What else? Wisconsin. I wish I had your weather right now. It is, according to my watch, right now, it is 104. That means it's 109. When I got out of the vehicle, it said 108. So it's 108, 109. I left the house this morning for a little bit at 11:15, and it was already 104 at 11:15. And it's supposed to cool all the way down to like 95. It's gross. It's freaking gross. All right, so what do I got to talk about? So, at 11 o'clock, I was a little late. I left, like I said, I left at 11. It was 109, 150, whatever the hell it was. I run into my neighbor. I paraglide, so does myself. Oh, that's cool, you paraglide. That's awesome. 88 degrees in Wisconsin? I mean, that's better than here, but I was thinking it might be, what, 74, like Married Leathers is dealing with? Is that the yes, Chaotic Rich. It is the VIP lounge. You're staying in. They give you e-life access. Chaotic Rich. Yeah, you can come in here. I mean, some people, you can, if you're staying at the Sky Suites, you can definitely come in here. If not, you can say, you didn't hear it from me, but this rumor has it. You can say, oh, I'm going to check in. No, just saying. Anyway, not that I did that. 77, yeah. That's beautiful weather. 77 by day and 66 by night. That's perfect. That's my ideal summer. It's 75 here in Colorado at the moment. Wow. Yeah, that's perfect out 75. Oh yeah, I saw pictures of your view out there. That is awesome. We love to ride in the sky on a paramotor trike. That sounds fun. I always wanted to do that. I watched last night what's that one? What's his name? Sicario. I watched one of Sicario's last night where they were high-low jumping in the beginning into Somalia. I was like, I want to do that. I want to halo jump one day. High altitude, low open. I would love to do that. Anyway, so on my way out this morning, at 11:05, got in the car, probably whatever. My neighbor was freaking out. 68 in Billings, Montana. I like that area. Yeah, it's beautiful, and I love that weather. Anything that's summer to me, 68 summer. I'm not thrilled about this today. My neighbor is absolutely freaking out. I'm like, dude, what's going on? I mean, he's upset. He's physically shaken. I'm like, what is going on? He said his wife cut herself very badly. Cut herself, bleeding all over the place. Okay. I was like, is there anything I can do? Is there anything I can do? He's like, no, it's kind of under control, but I know she needs stitches. 70s and Soviet, in the Northwest Soviet Republic. Damn. Paragliding, no motor, paramotor. I like them both. I'll do anything. I'll pedal. I would love to do that shit. Anyway. The bleeding's under control. She still needs stitches. I'm like, what happened? You know, I'm thinking, you know, what happened with her cutting herself? You know, and people cut themselves, whatever. He said he went to 4 hospitals and 1 quick care, and he couldn't get treatment. And I experienced this a long time ago, but for a different scenario where I couldn't get treated. And very weird when you see people running. You know, in Vegas, whenever I see people running, you know, the hair stands up on the back of my neck, so what are they running for? Anyway, he said he went to 4 hospitals, 1 urgent care, nobody could take care of him. I said, why is that? He said, every single one of them said, we are completely full. We don't have a bed in emergency, we don't have a bed in the hospital, we're just packed. So we went away from the first one, which was UMC, which is a decent hospital. And then he went to Summerlin, and Summerlin is out there, whatever. Okay, sometimes that gets crowded too because of, you know, older folks and whatnot. So, didn't have a bed, didn't have room in the ER, did not have beds, did not have doctors, couldn't see the person, bleeding, couldn't see the person. So we finally go, he asked the security guy, you know, because, you know, security came over to him. He's like, but oh my God, you know, he's like, if you've ever, there's 2 places you can't make a stink without getting jumped. One of them's a casino. Well, there's 3. Well, you know, it's funny, but you make a stink, you get jumped. Casino, DMV, and a hospital. If you start shit in a hospital, they will toss you out. You know, they'll use your head to open a freaking door and throw you out the back in a dumpster. You know, it's happened. So he's raising his voice. Hey, blah blah blah. You know, my wife, she's bleeding. You gotta help her. Security guard, you know, calm down. He says, you know, I recommend you go somewhere else. He's like, why can't I get seen? Why is this the 2nd hospital and there's no beds and there's no ER, there's no doctors? The security guard says, and this is what he told me. He said the security guard says because all illegals in the hospital, he said the entire hospital is packed with illegals getting free health care because in this guy's opinion, he said that our hospital is more apt to take in illegals because they are getting free health care, whereas the average walk-in, not so much. You know, have to pay deductibles, there's billing, $75 for an aspirin, all the bullshit. It's like, not with the illegals. The illegals, you know, that's like guaranteed money. Just like, you know, they pay rent for them or whatever, so the landlords take them in. And the hotel operators take them in because it's a free ride. So he went to 2 more hospitals. And same thing. No room for the locals. No room for the people born here. Illegals only, sorry. And these are hospitals. And he was freaking out. He's just like, I gotta find, the bleeding is kind of calm, but I gotta find some place who's gonna stitch her up. I'm like, dude, I gave him, because I got a bug out bag. I got 3 bug out bags. I got 1 in the car, 1 in the house. No, I have 2 in the house. So I gave him, I didn't know what he was cut or whatever, but I gave him, I bought these things off of Amazon which basically, I mean, I've crazy glued myself together many, many times. I've crazy glued myself. I'll check out the comments. Chris K, how you doing? I'll check out the comments in a second. Yeah, I've crazy glued myself back together many times. You know, you just put crazy glue in it, hold it for a second, bleeding stops. I mean, whether you're sucking in, you know, poison, that's irrelevant, you know. I'd rather stop bleeding and worry about it later. So I've crazy glued, you know, quite a few cuts. But these other things, 49 Survivor, 59 Survivor, these other things, what they are is, they come in like, it's like a Band-Aid. So it has a strip on this side and a strip on this side. They're in different sizes. In the little plastic thing that you open up, they have ones that are like this long all the way down to ones that are this long. And I gave them the whole pack. So what you do is, like, all right, if you could see, you see this, that's where I almost cut my finger off a number of years ago. See that? That finger almost came off. So you would put a strip on this side, a strip on that side. It's like 3M industrial strength freaking glue. You hold it there for a second, and then between the two strips, there's like these plastic zip tie things, and you pull them one by one. You go zip, 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 and they pop off at the end, and it draws everything close together. Hold on. It's pretty much the shortest pair of shorts I've ever seen in my entire life. Anyway, yeah, so that's how it's stitches, you know. Basically, it's a form of stitches. It closes up. I gave him the whole pack. I'm like, dude, do what you gotta do. Go seal her up. You know, just because of bleeding kind of stuff. I also have tourniquets. You never know when you're gonna need it. I'm not thinking about myself, oh my God, one day a bear is gonna bite me and I need a freaking tourniquet. It's for situations like that. You know what? Even though I had someplace to be, if this dude was like, hey, you know, could you do it? If he legitimately said, bro, could you do it for him? You know, I'm a little like wrecked right now. I'm a little freaking, you know, off. Can you come and put her together? I would have done it. I would have done it. You know, I would have went in his house and freaking sealed up his wife or whatever. I mean, she had a huge cut. You take, you know, 3 or 4 of the long ones. The kit has, I think I bought the kit for like $19, and it has like 20, 30, 40 of them. After a while, there's one thing about bug out bag stuff when it comes to medical and shit like that. You gotta toss it out every couple of years, you know, despite how much money you paid for it, because the glue's gonna go bad and all that. So, yeah. But I would have done it for him, you know? If he wasn't in the mood or didn't have the temperament or was too freaked out, I would have done it for him, and I would have been late. I don't care. But that's why I carry stuff like that. It's not necessarily for me. Well, it is for me. You know, if shit ever happened. But I want to be able to help other people. Why do I carry one around the vehicle? In case I see a freaking car wreck somewhere. You know, someone goes through the windshield, I'll freaking patch him up. I'll put a tourniquet around your neck, stop the bleeding in your forehead. Oh, that's good coffee. All right, let me check out chat. There's some kind of convention going on. I don't know what kind of convention is going on here. All right, no room for bleeding locals at the hospital. Yeah, that happened to me. That happened to me once in Queens. You know, I had pretty much a pretty bad cut, and I couldn't see a doctor, and I was freaking out. I'm dripping blood. I made a tourniquet for myself, and they're like, sorry, but there's some guy with a friggin' pencil in his eye. You know, he's kind of taking up all our time. I was like, all right, whatever. All right, let's see what else we're talking about. I have other people take me up cheaper that way. The sport is, no sport is cheap. I mean, nothing. Parachuting, nothing's cheap anymore. You can't take up any hobby without going freaking broke anymore. Well, let's see. E-Rock313. Good evening, Bror. Heard that Carrot Top pod. Heard of Carrot Top? No, I've met Carrot Top years ago, like in the early 2000s. That was about it. I met him, used to kind of sort of chill with Drew Carey. You know, me and Drew Carey used to hang out all the freaking time, you know, back in the day. And he introduced me to Carrot Top. He was a cool guy, you know. He was very gregarious and how you doing, this and that. He wasn't a dick or anything, but that was my only exposure to him. But I've never seen one of his shows. I tried to watch one on YouTube, you know, with the different props and all that. And I mean, I'm just not a comedy person. Comedy is lost on me. I'll laugh at some shit. I'll laugh at you. I'll laugh at myself. I don't mind laughing, you know. I'm not opposed to laughing. I'm not dark, but I don't find comedy entertaining. Like, I would never watch a comedy movie. It's just like, you know, I want to see shit blow up. I want to see some aliens, you know. I need action. I need action to keep me engaged, you know. Like, even Accountant 2, I watched Accountant 2. I told you I watched Accountant 1. Accountant 2 is slower. It's much slower. And like I always say, if I find myself watching a YouTube video during a movie or checking out X during a movie, I'm not engaged with the movie. But if I'm not looking at my phone at all and I'm just watching a movie, that's my test. That's my Siskel and Ebert, whether it's a good movie or not. But overall comedy, I'm just like, I don't know why I want to laugh organically. Like, if we're walking around, you know, any of us in the audience, and we find some funny shit, like, I'm laughing now. I have no problem with laughing, but I'm not, just to spend my time, you know, watching a comedy special. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying you suck if that's what you're into. I'm just talking about me. This isn't a reflection on anyone else. It's just not my thing, you know? It's just like, I get bored. I'm like, most of the jokes I don't find funny. You know, when they get too vulgar or, you know, talking about, you know, too much in the sex category, it's just like, whatever, bro. You know, dirty jokes, I was over that in like freaking 7th grade. Dirty jokes, it's so funny. That's me. But if it's your thing, cool, you know? I'm not gonna knock you for it. What other kind of jokes are they? I mean, there is some political comedy that's fun. I mean, one of my favorite comedians, like Dave Chappelle, because he's real with his comedy, and comedians can get away with certain things that the average person cannot, you know? I thought that was someone I knew. Yeah, they can get away with like talking real shit, but if they say it, you know, in a light sense, you know, I enjoy him. Comedy shows and movies tend to be just like, it's just inane to me. I think that's the best word. It's just inane. It's just like, they're hollow, you know, because it takes a lot to make me laugh. Organically, I can laugh at some shit, but, you know, like slapstick comedy and like a la Jerry Lewis, you know, tripping and falling or whatever. It's like, whatever, you know. Rom-coms, yeah, I guess, but rom-coms aren't really to make you laugh. They keep it light. Red Skeleton. I don't think I've ever watched Red Skeleton. I've watched Red Fox a few times. I saw Buddy Hackett when I was a child, you know, and I was just like, whatever. I don't know. Let's see. I stayed on the Clark Fork River for a week in Montana. I love Montana. They're not the friendliest people to outsiders, though, especially like East Coast people. You fell asleep at the end of The Accountant, too. I was hoping they brought that chick back. I was really hoping they brought that skinny chick back that he was, you know, trying to hook up with in the first one. I mean, that's what I wanted to see, but it wasn't about all that. And, you know, the Fed, she was kind of like a biatch, you know, in the grand scheme of things. She was kind of making his life difficult, but it was okay. It was just much, much slower than Accountant 1. I mean, it was all right. But yeah, there was some snooze festy parts in there. Survivor 69. I met Carrot Top when he was filming one of those AT&T commercials, basketball hockey runs. Back in, yeah, I mean, he went through that cycle where he got like all freaking huge, and You know, then he got unhuge, then he got huge again. People would say that, you know, he was on, he was like on gear and whatnot. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't care. But, you know, he looked good for a while. He's not a spring chicken. All right, I did used to watch, for real, I do like dry humor. My humor tends to be a little dry, too. I do like dry humor. Seinfeld, yeah, I used to watch Seinfeld all the time, dry humor. Who was that other dude? Stephen Wright type humor. I find that amusing. Like, he'll say some shit like, you know that feeling? Like when you put the chair back on the two legs and you almost lose your balance? He's like, I feel like that all the time. You know, stuff like that makes me laugh. But like, I don't know. I guess I don't find humor. I don't find humor in making fun of other people. I don't find humor humorous when it's at someone else's expense. That pisses me off. That's like a form of bullying. You know, people who bully deserve to be kicked right in the crotch, in my opinion. I hate to say it, but I laugh at dad jokes. Yeah, I mean, I laugh at some memes too. I'm just saying, I just can't subject myself to like an hour and a half of like Adam Sandler. Oh, his new comedy is out. And I'm just like, no. Done. Don Rickles at the Stardust. Yeah, a good dad joke, a good freaking Chuck Norris joke. Yeah, they're funny. Red Skeleton at the Sands when you were 10. Hey, I saw like Buddy Hackett when I was like 5. Talking out of sight of his mouth like that there. Let's see. What else? Dinner shows were dinner show. It was a dinner show with Buddy Hackett. That was up in Lake Tahoe. You know, lived in Lake Tahoe for a little bit when I was a youngin'. It was fun. Happy Gilmore too. Yeah, I mean, like that. I have watched. What's the one where they golf? Not Happy Gilmore was golf. What was the other one? With Bill Murray, whatever the hell his name was, and there was a little golf in it and whatever. She said something, didn't I see you at the pool earlier today? You mean in my Speedo? Anyway, yeah, I mean, Happy Gilmore, I don't know. I mean, okay, my version of a comedy was like Zombieland. Zombieland was a comedy as far as I'm concerned. That was some funny shit right there. Sometimes I laugh. Okay, maybe I'm a little dark. There's parts during The Accountant that I laughed. You know, like just the way a guy got like whacked in the forehead and whatnot made me laugh. Maybe that was at someone's expense. Maybe I am a little kind of twisted. What else made me laugh? Parts of John Wick made me laugh. Yeah, maybe I do have a little bit of an issue. Carrot Top was ripped back in 2000. Yeah, that's true. That's pretty much when I seen him too. No, yeah, it was had to be at least 20 years ago for sure. Everyone loves Raymond. The Odd Couple, yeah. Watching like reruns of The Odd Couple with my mom was one of the reasons I became a photographer. To be honest, I'm always freaking honest, but yeah, seeing that in the studio and whatever, you know, because Felix was a photographer. Trains and Planes was the best movie. See, I don't know if I could force myself to do that. Three's Company, I mean, yeah, I've seen that. I mean, you know, everyone watches it just to see movies and stuff. I don't like vulgar comedy. It's like childish to me, you know? I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me. The Once Was a Man from Nantucket, you know? It's like, okay. Cool story. You watch Everyone Loves Raymond. I used to hang out with frickin' Ray Romano a lot too. He used to be my craps buddy. We used to go to the Mirage and the Monte Carlo all the frickin' time and play craps. I have a video about, you know, one night that I played craps with him. Stephen Wright said his house was robbed and then it was replaced with an exact replica. Man, it's true. See, I laugh. But I laugh when, like, John Wick, like, triple taps someone. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, Groundhog's Day, I did see that. Andrew Dice Clay. Yeah. Yeah, Andrew Dice Clay. Hickory Dickory Dock. Yeah. Caddyshack. You're right, that was the name of it. Caddyshack. I watched it, but it was just like, wasn't like, wow, that's the best movie ever. I have to see it again. No. John Wick, I've seen each one of them like 5 times. I laugh when you laugh at yourself. See, you made me laugh at myself right there. So yeah, I mean, if you can't laugh at yourself, take yourself so damn serious, you're gonna be one unhappy person. Well, I'm glad I make you laugh. I'm glad I make anyone laugh. Let's see. I love these comments. I still cry at grumpy old man. I think I saw that. I think I remember seeing that. Weren't they like fighting over some chick or whatnot? I don't know, whatever. Yeah, Romano is a craps dude. We used to go and, I mean, he didn't buy in for like, you know, $50K or whatever. I mean, I'd show up at, most of the time, it was at the Mirage, you know, when they had the craps tables towards the front. You get out of the valet, 2-minute walk, you're at the craps table. But he'd buy in for $1,000, you know, just like everyone else. One night, me and him just threw back and forth. I was on one side, he was on the other. He was a dice setter too, you know. He'd get the whole thing going, and we'd cheer each other on and be like, bro, just the two of us at 3 in the freaking morning, you know. But he wasn't like huge. He wasn't like going out of control. I mean, at a $25 table, he was just betting $25 and full odds or whatever, like a normal person. So, yeah. Please don't keep class. What? Little Miss Muffet. Yeah, John Wick. I don't know how anyone hasn't watched that yet. I still haven't seen John Wick 5. I'm just, on principle alone, I'm not paying for it. It's free. Like right now, if you have Samsung TV, you can watch all 4. Or is it 3? No, you can watch, not 5, I mean 4. You can watch all 3 for free on Samsung TV. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. I don't know if I watched that or not. Don't know. All I know is that cheese is calling me, but you guys don't want to watch me eat. I can point the camera away while I'll point the camera away while I scarf. You don't want to watch me eat. But cheese is freaking awesome. Just people watch. These are all like multi-trillionaires. Oh yeah. What kind of cheese that is? Yeah, Ray Romano's pretty big. No, he's about average. The other guy who played his brother is a freaking giant dude. The guy, what's his name? Pat Garrett or some shit like that. He's a freaking, he's like 9 feet tall. For sure. Getting hit with commercials. Commercials aren't that bad today. You can consider them almost an hour in. John Wick is too much. I live in the past. That's funny. Alright, I'm gonna eat one more of these and just chill. These are all good. Thank God someone in Vegas is not talking about, yeah, Don. I mean, what's there to talk about? I see so many people talking about that situation like they actually know. Like, I would, if I was somebody, and there's some people who watch this channel who stream, like, I don't know whether they think they want to do it for the hell of it or they're trying to develop channels, and they're like taking sides. I would not take sides in this situation. Just saying. Just don't. You don't know what happened. You don't know nothing. You know, I watched one video oh, this side, no, they were wrong this side. It's just like, no, you don't freaking know. We all saw the video. There's nothing else to talk about. There's nothing else to talk about in that situation. Stay in my lane. Oh, hot pretzels and cheese. Hot pretzels and like Kosciuszko mustard. Oh my goodness, that's the best. Yeah, Tom. Yeah, next time you're around, we'll come hang out here. It's chill, got good coffee, got good vibes. It's like a library. Everyone kind of keeps their voice down. Alan says he's making pasta, so head on over to Alan's. I never watched the series, just an episode or two. What are we talking about? Episode 2 of who? Oh, Everyone Loves Raymond. Blazing Saddles. I mean, every guy on earth has probably used the line, "Excuse me while I whip this out." I've used it, but I don't really necessarily remember the movie, or I don't know. It's just lost on me. All I know is, yeah, Zach, I agree with you. I agree with that. I'm not going to repeat it, but yeah, I crashed the lounge, crashed the gate doing 98. Say, let them truckers roll. All right, I'm going to eat this whatever kind of cheese that is. Focus. Get your shit together. I have no idea what kind of cheese that is, but it's good. Damn, that's good. We'll get to walking in a second. My psychic sense was tingling. I just dropped it in on that stream. Really? Frickin' yikes. Oh yeah, you get the complimentary lunches here for sure. They also have like mini bottles of Patron. I mean, I never grabbed one. It seems kind of decadent. But they sitting back there are small bottles of Patron. Maybe they're good. They're not like they're 2 or 3 times the size of like, those little airport bottles like that big. But it's big, and it's they're elegant. You can actually get free Patron back here if you want. They got beer, they got wine. I don't come here for that. I come here for coffee. Yeah. Oh, Amazon says my refund has been confirmed. Damn, I'm sending back. Let me turn it back around. Oh. I've been sending, it stopped for a while, but I've been sending back like 2 out of 3 things I get from Amazon now. It's just shit. It's just absolute crap. I mean, alright, I'm not buying the higher end stuff, but half the stuff I've been buying has been crap. I just went this morning and brought back like 5 or 6 items because they were crap. I brought a little solar charger. It's like, oh, this thing produces 20 watts. It can do this, and it had its own battery pack and all that. And I was gonna stick it in, my go bag and whatnot. Didn't do shit. We're in freaking Vegas. I sat it on the dashboard of my car in full sun for hours and hours and hours, and it ticked up like once. So what, like a month it's gonna take to fully charge the damn thing? It's like, no, I'll send this shit back. And there's a bunch of other stuff too. These two are like fix and exchange room keys over here. Yeah, Amazon. I mean, I send almost most of the shit back. I'm sending back now. I ordered a new lock. I have a sliding patio door with the screen and whatnot, and it was I could see, they make it out of like cast aluminum bullshit, so I could see the lock. Not that you trust in, it's like Temu shit now. Just the lock was starting to get a little brittle. I could tell, once cast aluminum starts getting gray and it had a little crack in it and whatnot. Because sometimes I just slide the door and let it lock itself instead of, doing it, all polite. So I ordered another one, and it had the measurements in there. It said, oh, this will fit, because the door, it's an odd size. Most doors are 3/8. Mine is like 1/4 of an inch, and it's got the sun the sun reflective frickin' screens and whatnot, because we barely have bugs here, except lately. No, it said right in there, fits 1/4 inch to 5/8. No, it did not fit. It was only like $12 or whatever, but I had to return that shit. Half the stuff I'm buying, I'm end up freaking returning. Stupid. I had to return. I bought another Instapot. Remember I told you I have an Instapot milk frother? I love them. I love those things. The first one went bad. It's got a Teflon lining, which it's supposed to be, Teflon-like. It's not supposed to have the shit that makes your dick shrink. Because, fellas, if you eat from any kind of Teflon, your junk shrinks. The microplastics that are in non-stick coatings makes your junk shrink. Women, stop cooking your man's meals in non-stick pans, because his junk's gonna shrink. You ain't gonna be happy about it either. Anyway, public service announcement. So, it has a coating in there, but it's not supposed to have that stuff. Okay, but it goes bad fast. So they're like $30, $39. After 6 months, it's barely washable. I don't go in there with a freaking Brillo pad. I'm gentle. So I ordered another one. This one lasted. It peeled off because it heats. It heats up the milk and it spins it and it froths it at the same. You can go cold foam or hot foam. I like hot foam, whatever. It lasted like 3 weeks. 3 weeks for $49. I'm just like, psh. Sent that shit back today too. They shouldn't sell crap. Someone will buy Amazon. Yeah, that's a big deal here in town. There's actually an Amazon pallet location here that you can physically go there. You're not allowed to sort through it, but you can go right here in town. It's in North Las Vegas, and you can drive down there with your truck because you have to do it yourself. They're not going to load or nothing. You can look at the top. There's plastic around. I went there once, I know. So they put like colored wrap, to hold the shit together on the outside. And then you can get to look in the top to see what's what, and there'll be a price on it: $1,200, $3,000, $400, and you buy it just like Lotto, just like people buy storage units. One day I asked at UPS, because all the UPS stores take back the Amazon. I order so much crap from Amazon. I always say put it back on my Amazon account, never to the original thing. So they throw it in one of these boxes. They just take it right from your hand like that frother, and they're just like, they throw it over their shoulder into one of those boxes. They take those boxes, they go directly to one of those depots, and then they sell it. They don't go back to the manufacturer or anything. No, but people do that, and they put it up on Amazon, not Amazon, on eBay and Facebook Marketplace and all that other shit. Non-stick pans are toxic. I mean, if they're shrinking dudes' junk, wonder what they're doing to women. Don't know. Don't want to know. Air fryers are supposed to be good, but I never got one to do anything properly. I never had one that like actually fried. They cook, but I never had one fry anything. I tried like putting some chicken cutlets. I bred the chicken cutlets. But by then I took the sprayer with the olive oil and to try to like fry it to get it crispy. It didn't get. By the time it got crispy, the inside turned to cardboard. I never had good luck with an air fryer. I threw that shit. No, sent it back to Amazon. Yeah, forever chemicals, and they stay forever in your junk for some reason. That's weird. Yeah, I don't like them air fryers. I just never had luck with them. I got an order from Amazon yesterday and got free. That does happen. I ordered something. What the hell was it? I forgot. Oh, I ordered new numbers for my door. It's stupid. It was cheap, new numbers for the door. And in there, was a bunch of a palette of eyeshadow in the box with it. So someone got gypped. The robot effed up because it's all done by robots now, and it was like all sparkling, you know. But it came from China. Would you put like Chinese eyeshadow on? I don't know, with sparkle shit. I don't know. Whatever. I didn't. Us old heads are trying to fit into a disposable world. Yep. Be nice. Yeah, this is true. I mean, that's me. Hold on. Might be impotent. Kind of is impotent. I gotta send a message back. I gotta wait for this to cast iron. I never had good luck with cast iron too. I tried doing all the seasoning and all the rest of that stuff, but I never really got down with the cast iron either. Hold on, I gotta do some messages. It's impotent. How to deal with that? Let's see. This is only like the 4th commercial I've had. But yeah, they do send extra shit. I'm gonna just send it back. Where am I at? Greg, I am at the... We're gonna walk in a second. I am at the Sky Suite Lounge at Aria. When am I live streaming? Next Friday. Friday, 2 days. And I'll do the normal going down to True Bar, which is my favorite place. So yeah, if you're in town, come see me. Sorry I had a bad experience. Why are you sorry I had a bad experience with an air fryer? It wasn't like, you know, it ruined my life or anything. Paramount, I'll see you. Stainless steel cookware all day, absolutely. I got a set of all clad. I got a set. I've got like mixed sets, but I do have one full set of all clad. I have some Revere ware. I got some of McGraham's original black frickin' plastic handled Farmerware, and I have some Cuisinart. The Cuisinart ones are actually as good, if not better, than the all clad. It's probably like a third of the price. Had I known. Had you known, you would have known. So yeah, Friday. No time for fun when there's work to be done. Yeah, I mean air fryer. They got those air fryers, but then air fryers are supposed to be super freaking toxic. They said if you have one, you get one with the non-stick coating, it heats up, and then the air blows it into your food. So like you're forcing those chemicals into your food. I think Cathlon's pretty good. I think I'm gonna get ready to walk a little bit. All right, hold on a second. I'm gonna turn this around so I can eat this real quick. This is the last one. Doesn't that look good? Yum. It's like 3 carbs, all the protein, and freaking delicious. Yeah, gas stoves are the freaking best. Electric blows. Electric couldn't blow enough. Alright, I'm gonna clean up my mess. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's freaking delicious. Alright, let me not be a gavone. I gotta clean this up. Let's go outside real quick. I want to see if it's still freaking 150. Oh, she dropped the husband word. So she's just chit-chatting. She's chit-chatting. Oh, I got that place nice. So she's married, and she's chatting this dude up, and she initiated the conversation. And the guy's obviously single. She just dropped the husband. You know, my husband, my boyfriend. Like ladies tend to. What's she chatting up some freaking dude for in the lounge? Is that cheating? Yes. In my opinion, yes, she's cheating. Chatting up some dude. I mean, they're not talking about knocking boots, but what do you got to talk about anything for? Whoa. Look at this out here. Brutal. Yeah, exactly. Too much chatting for a married. Bingo. Exactly. It's just like, mind your beeswax. We might bounce off that Wi-Fi. Nope, didn't forget anything. Stand over here. Holy cow. Yeah, it's pretty freaking hot. And it's pretty loud. French cookware? I have one of those French, what do you call it things? What do you call them things? Cast iron? Yeah, I got some French cast iron. I got a blue one. It's very blue. Alright. Let me refire up chat here. I haven't really been, I think I'm getting them all. But yeah, blowing it, it does. It blows it into the food. I mean, that's what you people on YouTube say. I don't know if that's accurate or not. You know, people on YouTube will say anything. People talk shit for views, but who knows? I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if you're heating it up and it's coming in contact with your food and the freaking air is forcing it in, yeah, there might be some validity to poisoning your children, heating up tater tots in a freaking air fryer. Air fryers are basically designed to, I think the original purpose was to heat up frozen food, you know, like the frozen tater tots and fish sticks and that type of stuff. You know, the stuff that you would normally bake or possibly fry that's already coated in enough, like, vegetable oil to crisp just by heat. Yeah, that was the original purpose of them, but people get creative. I seen a dude cook a steak with 2 irons. He took the steak, he heated up the iron, probably Teflon. He put some olive oil on it, whatever, seasoned it, put it on one side of the iron. Then he gets out another frickin' iron, and he cooks it with the iron on both sides. Just presses it together. It put a perfect frickin' beautiful sear on the outside. And then he took it off, he put the iron down, and then he ironed the outside to sear the juices in. It was frickin' genius. You could do that in your hotel room now. You know, if they have a free iron, frickin' cook a steak. Who cares? If you're staying here at the Sky Suites, they will actually, if you're Noir, or if you're staying here, you can get hooked up with one of these SUVs. They will pick you up and drop you off, but you do have to call like an hour or so in advance. It's not like, it's not like they're taxi cabs sitting here waiting. I mean, they're on call to a degree, but for the most part, you gotta make it in advance. Local casinos give out air fryers as free gifts all the time. Wow. Yikes. I have an air fryer that's made with ceramic. Yeah, there's ceramic. There's actually, that's one of them fur missile dogs. One of them military dogs that, like, jumps out of frickin' Apache helicopters. Cool. The other one I saw was glass. It was like a giant glass bowl, like a giant Pyrex bowl, and you put the thing on top. That looks kind of dangerous, because that bowl probably gets up to like 900 degrees, F you up pretty good. Leftover pizza in the air fryer, yeah, I can see that. I can see that heating up some stuff. People get creative. I'm simple. I just make bacon. I make bacon, and then I cook something in whatever grease is left behind. Be it a steak, be it eggs. I even fry some cheese. I don't care what kind of cheese it is. Cheese fries. I made a pizza the other night out of fried cheese. I took a bunch of that Munster I told you I got from Smith's. I put it in the bacon grease, and I just smashed it down. I kind of, I smushed it a bit, and then I drained the grease out, and then like it cooked, and it got hard. It got like a crust. And then I put some sauce, I put some more cheese, I put some bacon, I put some pepperoni on there, I put some oregano, I put some powdered garlic, and it was a freaking pizza with a solid cheese crust. It was delicious. It was absolutely delicious. Got it on Amazon. Yeah, right? Yum. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't remember the Chris. I don't remember the name of that French cast iron. It's a popular one. It's the one everyone's got. Alright, I've had enough of this heat. This is some bullshit. This is some serious bullshit. Ugh. Let's get back in here. You know what? I didn't check. I did not check fan fungalization yet. Nope, we got. Nope, just Maria with the 10 going towards the parking. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Let's check top fans. Who's the top fan? Jim Wolf. That's funny. I could press that. It's like a leaderboard. Le Creuset. Is that how it's pronounced? Le Creuset. Leftover French fries or onion rings. Yeah. Stuff that's already fried comes out good in an air fryer. Alright. Let's book down this way. Let's see. Prada. What up, girl? Ladies. That might be a guy. Let's see if we can go to the promenade from here. I'm gonna finish up this coffee real quick. It's freaking delicious. You got a Remington razor today on Amazon. I use Remington too. I used to use Norelco, but Norelco, I don't know, it just lost their luster to me. Everything I got, like my triple head razor is my triple head is a Remington. I have a Wall, and I have what's the one? Manscaped, for doing the manscaping. And I got a 7 head rotary to do my head. I don't want to take a knife to my head. Hold on, I'm still drinking coffee. We'll get out of here. Any watch stores in here? No. These are like little displays to sort of induce you to go to the shops at Crystal's. And let's see if we could hop on one of these elevators to go up to the promenade. I think they let you without a room key. We will soon find out. Bonk. Hello? I just want to go to the promenade.
Sure? Okay. Alright, we'll see you.
We gotta chill. 7 heads? Yeah. 7 heads are better than one. Alright, let's see if we can get to the promenade. Promenade activities. Yep. They know the deal. Yeah, I couldn't imagine taking a straight. I've watched too many movies to even have a shave with a straight edge. It's just like not happening. All right, instantly out here. You come out of there on the promenade. You got Carbones, you got Jean-Georges, you got Bordeaux. Not a fan of Bordeaux. Should try the Panasonic Sonic. Really? Panasonic? That's interesting. I might do that the next time I have to buy one. Those are things I replace. I don't use a razor until it's freaking dead, because they get all grody after a while, you know? There's certain things I'm frugal about. There's other things I'm not. So maybe I will look into a Panasonic. I like Panasonic brand stuff. Oop. Sean's tripped over her hoo-ha's. Wow, the music is loud here. Right behind here is the speakeasy. Wow, it's loud over here. Yeah, the barbershop scene at High Plains Drifter, exactly. All those, you know, that freaking gangster movies and whatnot. The guy getting a freaking, leaning back with my eyes closed with some guy with the sharpest thing on earth to my neck. No, I'm okay. I'm good. Oh, I was reading, funny you mentioned tetanus shots. I was reading about tetanus shots. Tetanus shots actually introduce a form of bacteria to your body. People are not supposed to get those. You're not supposed to get anything. You know what else they say? I was reading, I guess maybe that's why I'm not into comedies. I was watching this video where this veterinarian and this bunch of scientists or whatnot were talking about how their dogs, large dogs, like Labradors, German Shepherds, like, you know, big dogs, live to 20 plus years because they never got any of the vaccine shots. They never got their dogs vaccinated for anything, you know, the parvo, the this, the that, all the shits that they tell you you're supposed to shoot into your dog. And without that, they said every dog we did not vaccinate lived 20 plus years. Interesting. But they force you to do it by law almost now. You know, here in Vegas, by law, you have to microchip your dog. By law. It's your freaking pet, you know, so it's property of the state. I gotta freaking microchip it. I gotta send my kids to be freaking brainwashed at government schools. You know, I gotta do all the things. Are we really living in the land of the free? I don't know about all that. When you're compelled by law to do things that don't benefit you, just the government, no, I don't know about all that. I guess there's a convention going on. Let's try to read a badge or two. Engage 25. A lot of companies are doing sales kickoffs right now in the SAS field. It's probably a sales kickoff. SKO in corporate speak. Hey bro, you going to the SKO this year? Yeah, of course. I'll be there, bro. We're gonna kick off some sales. SKO. Yeah, check out the bouncer, the giant dude. Is he there? No, he's not there. There's usually a giant dude, like, right there. I mean, it's not a big speakeasy. It's pretty freaking tiny in the grand scheme of things. NBA Finals. How old is that sign? I keep getting notifications on the phone to watch baseball. Is there something going on in baseball I should know about? Or is my phone just freaking? I like the speakeasy activities. Ain't gonna lie. But I still like high limit room activities. Just sitting down, chilling. Wow. It's one hell of an SKO. These are the people who are like telling, oh, while I have you, would you like to upgrade? That's all these people. You know, those annoying efforts. Oh, this sitting here getting freaking pounded, hammered. Look at them nice freaking lead crystal glasses, lead plastic glasses. To all the people watching. Retired vets out there say pets are over-vaccinated. Yeah, everything. They're over-vaccinating children, they're over-vaccinating pets, but why would they want your pet to die prematurely? You know, life expectancy of a larger dog is between 9 and 11 years. You know, unvaccinated, it's 20. I mean, wouldn't that be better for long-term business? No, I guess it's because you got to get the vaccinations every so often, or whatever that bullshit is. Yeah, I vaccinated my dogs because I was compelled to by law. Effers. Alright, let's turn this around. Come on, what up? Oh, Cindy, you went out and looked at the strawberry moon? Was it strawberry? Was it really red? You know, they always say it. Oh, there's the red, there's the harvest moon. Was it really red? The NBA Finals, Game 3, now pace. Oh, so it is real. Okay, I thought that was like March Madness, something or other. Yeah, some vets Sean. Some vets every 6 months. Yeah, maybe it is a money-making scheme. Guaranteed revenue. Vets can be like assholes, like beyond assholes. The vets that I've had, some of them, they start out nice and they start out caring, and you go in the office and they got all the pictures on the walls of everyone with the pets, and oh, I love my vet, and I sent my vet, you know, pictures of my dog and whatnot, but ultimately they were dicks, because one, they didn't tell me that my dog had skin allergies. I probably said this already, but for the new people, my dog had skin allergies and he needed cephalexin to contain it. So I used to go there like once a month, pick up a bottle of cephalexin from him. So he charged me for the office visit and like $90 for a month's, 2-week supply of cephalexin. And then someone told me, you know that you can, Walmart will fill that for you for $4. So I went to him and I'm like, dude, I heard Walmart, and I stopped at a Walmart. I was like, do you fill my pet subscription for antibiotics? Walmart was like, sure. Under the $4 plan? They're like, yeah, of course, no worries. You just got to bring in a thing. So I went in there. He's like, yeah, I could give you a prescription. Then you can go down there and get it filled. So he charged me the office visit, the $50, $60, whatever the actual F it was. And then I went for $4. And I was like, dude, you're an asshole. You've been hosing me for $90 a month for like 7 years. You're an asshole. He's like, but you know, it's more convenient, and then I get to... No, I said, half the time I never brought the dog in. I just showed up, gave you money, and you gave me a bottle, you know? But every 3 months, every third time he wrote the prescription, he'd have to see the dog. I was like, you're an asshole, man. You've been like screwing me. Out of what? What's 90? That's 900. $1,080 over 6 years instead of $4 and a prescription every 3 months. What an asshole. What an asshole. And then you know what he did too? After my dog passed, they kept sending like happy birthday things, and they kept sending reminders for like, you know, rabies shots and shit. And he knew full well my dog had passed, and that it was just absolutely freaking devastating to me. And for years, he reminded me, sending me booster shot notifications with my dogs there. Time to bring your dog in. I was like, you asshole. I went into the office with a stack of them. I was like, dude, you're an asshole. You know, take me off the list. No, I don't like vets. And vets, they're doing it to a buddy of mine, you know, work buddy of mine. They're dragging him through the mud, extorting money out of him, pulling on his heartstrings, running tests with no prognosis for whether the dog even needs them or is good. Yeah, vets can be assholes, bigger assholes than doctors, because one, it's discretionary. Two, they know that you'll do just about anything to keep your best friend alive, you know? Yeah. I have a problem with vets. Vets are assholes. Vets are assholes. Yeah, but a lot of small animal vets can be screwed. Yeah, a lot of vets. I mean, if you find a good vet, you know, you're fortunate. Have I tried the secret bar at Bellagio? Asked Chris. No, I have not. I mean, I've been in, when we're in the high limit room sometimes, they've invited us to, like, why is everyone walking out with an iMac? Like, everyone's carrying a brand new iMac. It's not a little convention, they give you an iMac. Yeah, and they've asked us, they're like, oh, we have to walk you over there and whatever, but never went. Because I don't really drink, you know, and there's an expectation that you're gonna drink over there, and a drink over at that speakeasy is supposed to be like $100 for one. So, no, haven't done that. Allergies are the new money makers for vets. Yeah, my dog did, it was a pit bull. Any pit bull that has white fur tends to have skin problems. You know, it's just, you know, something about the breeding. So yeah, he would, you know, it would keep his skin allergies down. And the other thing that I used to get, I used to buy the Science Diet food from him because it was prescription. He told me it was prescription food. Oh, you need a prescription from a vet to buy this food. He had to eat the rice and lamb because he was allergic to chicken meal or some bullshit. Probably was. Chicken meal's probably bad. So I was buying that from him for an exorbitant price until I found online that I could have bought it for half the price with no prescription. You know, what a freaking con man. That's fraud. People who commit fraud should be in jail. Anyway, well, is that fraud? I don't know. It's got to be something. It's got to be illegal. Yeah, allergies. You know what I started doing? I started cooking for him. You know, I just started whatever I would eat, me would eat. You know, end of story. And his allergies were contained with occasional antibiotics and eating the same food that I did. Oh, but that's people food. It's bad. It's bad for me. What? Tell that to a wolf, a coyote. Tell that to a fox that eating natural is bad for them. Yeah, the whole pet industry is just effed. It's just effed. Yeah, they take advantage of your love. You know, they take advantage of the unconditional love that you have for your animal. They do. It shits on the floor, you still love it. You know, it throws up in your bed, you still love it. It's unconditional. Just about. $90 a month for, yeah, for 6 years until, you know, he's like, yeah, no, I never told you could have bought it for $4. Did I ever tell you I should punch you in the friggin' mouth right now, you dumbass? I feel like saying his name, but I'm not going to. Your daughter's a vet? I bet you wouldn't do that. I should have taken my dog to your daughter. She would have taken care of my dog. I had a boss that said if a dog got sick, he would say, love you, puppy. And yeah, I had a friend who's no longer a friend because he was fast on the trigger for putting his dog down. I never understood that expression. He was fast. I mean, if it was more like if the bill was $900 to remove a skin tag or something, he's like, oh, time to put it down. You know, and I kind of lost respect after he did it for like, I think it was like the third animal that he had. He was always into standard poodles, which have a lot of problems. And whenever it cost him more than daily upkeep, food and water, he was out. He was out. He just like had no compulsion about it. Hey, what happened to your dog? Put it down. Why? Got sick. Cancer? No. It coughed. You know, yeah. He was bad. Phil, member for 49 months, almost 50. Bro, you are the man. Thank you, I appreciate it. I can't wait to hang out with you, bro. I'm looking forward to it. Dogs love brown rice. Yeah, I used to make him back when this is back when I was lifting and whatnot, so my whole world revolved around lean meats, any type of lean meat. You know, I wasn't eating fat back then. and brown rice. So that's what he ate. Lamb and brown rice, this and brown rice, that and brown rice, and all the frickin', what do you call it? Sweet potatoes. Oh my God, I can't even look at a sweet potato. I've eaten so much sweet potatoes in my life, they just like gross me out at this point. It's like, no. All right, people, let me check fan fundulation. No, I guess you guys weren't entertained today. But thank you to Maria for my only super chat activities today. Did I piss people off? Good. Anyway, whatever. So I'll see you guys on Friday. We'll do the things, and I'm gonna people watch. I gotta make a phone call right now. But anyway, love you guys. Gonna invite you to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button, get notified when I do this again. But it'll be Friday. Not sure when, but it'll be Friday. And on that note, Bror Fredrik.